Hey everybody, how's it going? So sorry for the delay. Let me see. Can you see us okay? Is everything good? Let me just make sure this is good. So sorry for the delay, guys. We were doing an interview with Mr. Kenneth Mitchell, who you may know as Cole and as Tenavik in Discovery. So we were just finishing up that interview, so we're a few minutes late. Sirach's coming in just a second right now. Apologies for being about 10 or 15 minutes late, but obviously talking with Kenneth Mitchell was very important to us, and he had a lot of very important things to say. So we just went a little bit over. Apologies. we wanted to tell you guys that we're coming, but we wanted to finish this all-important interview. And Sirach is on his way in just a second. Let me check on him. Great. So he's coming. Hello, Ken Kopaki, the coolest meme maker in town. Paul Brulo, Carly Shibby, Orville Nation is in the house. What's up, Orville Nation? I like big books, and I cannot lie. J.R. Poole, thanks for joining us. I know you missed us yesterday on our episode. Taurus, what's up? Patrick Brownfield, Edgar the Meddler. Oh, interesting. Mark, Katie again, Christine, Stephen. Hello, everybody. Ooh, fun fact. It's the fun fact. Fun fact. I'm in a hotel right now, and the ceiling fan, oh no, ceiling fan actually looks like the Vulcan ship from First Contact. I thought you were going to say the ceiling fan looks like Sirach's ceiling fan that he always has in his episodes, because every time we're recording a show, Sirach has like a ceiling fan going in the top right. So I thought that's what you were going to say. I thought that's where you were going with that one. Hello, Meredith, all the way out in Massachusetts. Okay, Don Crandall has a question for Sirach. Sirach is coming, by the way, guys. I sent him the link, so he'll be here in just a second. He's probably just getting his oranges. Don Crandall says, Ryan asks Sirach, who wore it better? Oh, you are so right. Let me see if I can... oh, dang it, I don't think I can change it anymore. I should have put the bus seat behind me, but I don't think I can change the green screen now. I think it's too late for that. Bummer. Anyway, Melissa, I see Melissa. So guys, Melissa was with us just now while we were doing the interview with Kenneth Mitchell. And so she just hopped off that interview and hopped onto this. So she's a very busy lady out in Simi Valley. I swear to goodness, Sirach is coming. He's just getting his oranges. You know how he does. He loves his oranges. Let me make sure. So until he gets here, let's see what we've got here. Katie Carr says, I'm so happy I'm back in California. I can now watch the Seventh Rule at a better time than being on the East Coast. Sorry, guys. We're always trying to make... here comes Sirach. We're always trying to make the times a little bit better for everybody, but yeah, we do kind of make it a little bit Pacific Coast centric. What's up, Sirach? We just started.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Katie Carr is telling us that she just moved back to California, so now the times are better for her because East Coast is a little tougher.
Welcome back. How was your birthday?
That's right. You remember the birthday.
Yeah.
So Rex A. Woods in the house. Christine, Ryan, you'll just have to do a dance for us while we wait. Ah, damn. But too bad Sirach's here, so we're not waiting anymore. Otherwise, I swear I was just this close
to do it. He was ready to dance, guys.
Yeah, I was so close.
You've been working on that dance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's every day.
Yeah,
all day, every day.
Up, right foot slide.
By the way, guys, it's like 100 degrees in LA right now. I don't know if it's 100 where you are. I'm in the valley where it's a little hotter.
It's not 100, but it's close.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Orangey lead.
Yeah, I was hoping to have a fun little surprise for you that Don Crandall reminded me of. But,
What's that?
well, we can't ruin the surprise.
Okay, then.
You could just see his question.
Okay. All
Who
right.
wore it better?
Okay. The missing ceiling fan. That's funny.
Sirac is stuck on DS parenthesis. I thought I said, oh, Katie Carr's in San Jose. That's where I'm from. That's my hometown. San Jose.
You are a San Jose guy, right? That's what you claim.
Yep. That's where I am. Were you born in LA, Sirac?
Yeah, I was born at UCLA Medical Center.
Wow, cool.
Same place my daughter was born, and then same place I ended up going to school.
All right, you're getting called out already, Sirac.
Oh, what's that?
Sirac in the case of the missing ceiling fan.
Where is that ceiling fan? It's there.
They know you too well. Oh, geez, really? 66 in North Carolina? That's perfect.
I don't know. I like the warm weather, though.
So
Delphine said it's going to snow in Toronto.
Oh, lucky. Get good, Gabriel says, Sirac, do you remember the scene in season 7? Every question that starts like this, I know already scares you. You're like, oh, boy. Where you hit a dude over the head with a bag of flour and saved your dad.
No.
I don't even remember it either.
With a bag of flour. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Can't wait.
I've ever done right there. Huh? I can't wait for that.
So stay tuned. Give it another, couple years and we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Ken Kapaki's 88 in sunny Texas. Ensign Rickey. What's up, Ensign Rickey? In Florida, 75. In Vermont, nice, 55. Indiana was 40. Whew. Carly Shibby.
Or the bus seat. Okay, I see it.
Oh, yeah. All I want is one solid week where I can throw my window open to beautiful warmth. Yeah. Oh, here's a fun one. Oh, it is.
Thanks, Delphine, for saying that the bus seats look better. Appreciate the
love. Ken Kapaki says, did you enjoy working on The Hoop Life?
Oh, yeah. Hoop Life was the best. I mean, it was acting and basketball at the same time. I don't think you can beat that.
Mm-hmm. When you mentioned The Hoop Life, by the way, whatever it was a few weeks ago, I looked it up. Was it on Netflix or something? It was on something. I looked it up.
It was on Showtime.
And I saw you, man. You were like, come on, we just want to go play some basketball or so. You were like totally the opposite, man. You were kind of like the instigator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was the instigator. Good show. Got to work with Michael T. Williamson on that show. Who's played in Forrest Gump. He was Bubba.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. He was the lead on the show. So I got to work with Michael T. He was an awesome guy. Also worked with Dan Lauria. And Dan Lauria is the dad on the Wonder Years.
Remember him well.
He played the coach on our show. So I spent the entire time while I was in Toronto filming The Hoop Life, playing an ongoing game of gin rumming with Dan Lauria. Really got to know him very well. Super great guy.
So here's something. Speaking of Dan Lauria, by the way, Ensign Rickey, we see you. We're going to say hi in just a second. Out in, what did he say he was in, Florida? But before we change the subject, I want to talk about Dan Lauria for a second because it reminds me of the Wonder Years. Now, if you really want to get your mind blown, the Wonder Years took place. Well, I mean, it came out in 89 or 90, and it was about, they were talking about the past, like the distant past, which was, 1969 to 1973, right? Well, it turns out it was only 20 years back. Like in 1990, the show was taking place in 1970, and they're looking at this old retro time. And if you place that to today, if we were to reboot the Wonder Years, we'd be looking back at the olden days of 2000. So it'd be all about, like, how weird is that? Like, we'd be talking about like, oh, it was a crazy time then. The Y2K bug, nobody knew what was going to happen. Right. CDs were becoming a thing of the past.
Yeah. If we look back 20 years, that would be, when beepers were
becoming obsolete.
Yeah, obsolete, and the two-way was coming out, and all these phones and stuff. Yeah, I remember those days.
It's funny though, but it doesn't seem like as long ago as what the Wonder Years portrayed the 70s to be in the 90s, It's pretty crazy. So Kathy D says 92 in the East Bay. I wonder if she means Bay Area, like Oakland, Berkeley, Alameda. Ensign Rickey says hello. What's up, Ensign Rickey? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much.
I see some people like the Sadig episode that we just aired.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people did. A lot of people.
Yeah, I thought Sid was really funny on that show. I mean, he was really honest and gave some good insight about where he was at mentally at his life and during the beginning of the show.
How great was he as a guest? Wasn't he awesome? I
thought he was really good, man. I enjoyed his Chrysler LeBaron story. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I told it to a few people, actually.
What color did he say it was?
It was a green convertible
Chrysler
LeBaron, and I remember it. I remember the car itself, because every once in a while we'd all wrap up, and then people would drive their car from the parking area at Paramount to the trailer where their trailer was parked, because they wanted to unload a bunch of stuff from the trailer.
Right.
So I remember seeing him in that convertible Chrysler LeBaron. So it was so funny when he brought it up.
Because it was funny because as soon as he said Chrysler LeBaron, I immediately pictured maroon. And I was kind of disappointed when he said green. I was like, damn, I pictured maroon, and I didn't want him to ruin that for me. But, I guess it's forgivable. But that was the first time I met him, I think, unless it was maybe like a quick hello in passing at a convention or something like that. And I was just blown away by what a wonderful human he was. Like, how did I never know what a great guy he was?
Yeah. He's, he's aged really well, and the level of his maturity, you can see kind of the growth of the show as the show went on. We're actually watching him mature.
Right.
So, and now he's at a place where he's obviously comfortable. He knows who he is, and he's refined in so many different ways. So it was really good talking with Sid. I thought it was a good interview.
Yeah, and people really loved it. We had a really good turnout for it. A lot of people watched it. A lot of people joined in on the conversation. I mean, he's a magical human, that guy. And that was cool. He said that Bashir meant healer in Arabic. I didn't know that. My mom knows a lot of Arabic because she grew up in North Africa in Casablanca. And so I would always hear her, when she's speaking French to me, she would sometimes use Arabic slang or Arabic words, kind of like interchangeably, and I know the word for doctor is tubib. And so, she still uses that today, like on the phone, she's saying, oh, I'm going to the tubib, or she feel tubib or whatever like that. And so now I can come back at her and be like, or the Bashir. She'll be like, whatever, dude. I don't care.
Yeah. It was a lot of good stuff. And, we asked him about, playing those characters and how Bashir was really not an ethnic character,
Right.
And I like the way he got into a little bit of explaining that. It's good.
Anne Marie mentions our the video that we released with Sadig yesterday. She says 3,687 views in just 21 hours so far. And she says only 3 are me. It was probably more like 40 are her, but we'll take it. Thanks, Anne Marie. Well, that's pretty good in 21 hours. That's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Paul Brullo says, Sid and Nana signed my artwork back in 95 in Sydney. They were really lovely. Nice.
Yeah. I forgot to mention it to Sid, but I remember the day when he changed his name. And, he went from Siddig El Fadil
Right.
to
Alexander
Siddig. And it literally happened at some point, I guess, one day or two. I don't know how long he was thinking about it or whatnot, but
yeah.
The day before I see him, I'm like, hey, Sid. The next day I saw him, I said, hey, Sid. And he's like, I prefer to be called Alexander. And I was like,
really?
Did you change your name since yesterday? So that was kind of a funny story.
And then you went back to Sid. Because everybody calls him Sid.
Now he's okay with Sid. Yeah, everybody calls him Sid. So, but yeah, at one point it was Alexander.
Jenna, our buddy out in New York, says Siddig is going to be on next year's cruise. Looking forward to meeting him.
Mm.
Awesome. Yeah. What's up, Stephanie? Stephanie's a good friend of ours out. She works with Lambda Quadrant. Shout out to Lambda Quadrant. We love them.
Oh, yeah. Lambda Quadrant.
Katie Carr says, I really liked it. I remember seeing the show Da Vinci's Demons. I was like, it's Bashir, Julian Bashir. I don't know if she did the hands thing. I had to add that.
You did that. I remember seeing him in Syriana with Clooney. I went to theater to see that.
Really?
I was surprised to see him in there. I was like, I know that guy. I worked with him.
Yeah, people were naming all kinds of things he was in. I can't remember what, Kingdom in Heaven or something. I think that was one. A few things like that. They were naming all kinds of. I mean, he's got quite a few credits to his name.
Yeah.
So, guys, Ooh, that's an interesting question. Do you know the answer to this, Rock? Does he sign as Alex or Siddig? I had an early signature with Siddig.
I have Siddig on the signature. I actually haven't seen an Alexander Siddig signature.
Sirach, what piece of memorabilia did you not leave behind? Ooh. Did you take something with you?
Oh, yeah, I took something with me. I took the map that we use in the episode where we build a solar sail boat and sail to Bayshore.
Really?
Yeah, so we actually use a star map.
Yeah.
And so I have that star map that we use to navigate the Alpha Quadrant.
That's so cool. So you still have that?
I still have it. I took a few isolinear chips. And I think I have a piece of gold pressed latinum.
You know, our buddy Russ Hasledge of Odyssey Radio, our parent company, just
Doris said I took the bus seat
to wear it.
Okay.
You skinned it like an animal and wore it like an animal pelt. Russ Hasledge said he's thinking about 3D printing some latinum, some gold pressed latinum today. He was talking about that.
Yeah.
Siddig's real name is insanely big with lots of names. Yes, somebody put that in the comments on the video yesterday. Whoever can get his name, put it in the comments here so we can see it. Have you seen his full name before, Sirach?
I thought that was his full name, Siddig Al Fadil, but
it's like 10 names long. Super long.
Yeah. Those Arabic names are long sometimes. Muhammad, Mustafa, Abdullah.
All right.
They get pretty real.
Remember, Sirach, you get 2 pass questions. You can pass on 2 questions. There's no reason I'm reminding you other than this reason. Who would win in a fight between Jake Sisko and Wesley Crusher?
Oh, Jake would definitely win. That's not even. I'd have my buddy Nog standing behind him, ready to triple when I push. So
nice.
It's really a 2-man team.
Yeah.
Is Sid some kind of prince? Siddig El Tahir El Fadil El Siddig Abdurraham.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ahmed Abdul Karim El. Jeez, that's a long ass name.
Yeah, well, that's his first name. No. Siddiq El Tahir El Fidel El Siddiq Abdurrahman Muhammad Ahmed Abdel Karim El Mahdi. Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Basically, it's every name that they think about naming you, they just go ahead and name you.
All right, go ahead and say that one time fast. One's enough. Yeah. Who was it? Oh, Dikembe Mutombo. He had like 10 or 12 names too, or still does, I'm sure. He was another guy with a ton of real names.
You say Wesley with slap. Is that, you mean like slap fighting?
Max World Entertainment agrees with the doc's real name. People are agreeing with you. Jake definitely.
Yeah.
Jake wins.
Yeah.
Jake has backup.
I'd hit him over the head with a bag of flour. He never got too close.
Or so we've learned today, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, lots of Jake love.
Oh, he's like royal family? I didn't know that Sudan's ruling family. Wow.
What is it about us learning stuff after it's too late? Like Ciroc, you guys, Ciroc sent me this video that Nikki DeBoer is in from like 2003. It's a movie or something, or an episode of something, and it's all about a coronavirus. We posted it in our 7th Rule group, so go to the 7th Rule Facebook group, and they're talking about the coronavirus. They're talking about hydrochloroquine. Yeah. They're talking about all this stuff coming from China, and
20 years ago, though.
Yeah, and we're like, damn, I wish I'd known that sooner. We could have asked her about it.
Yeah, I would have asked her about it. But that was from the Dead Zone, ladies and gentlemen. That was
is that what it was?
Dead Zone, yeah, which was a Michael Pillar, Sean Pillar production.
Right. So Ensign Rickey says, "Where's your DS9 IRA ring?"
You know what? It's funny that Rickey, you brought that up because I've seen people wearing their DS9 ring, including IRA, and I swear I never got one.
What?
He says he gave it out during the Christmas party one year, and I don't have a DS9 ring. And I'm upset about it because a lot of people do. Yeah.
Does he know that?
He knows that. I mean, it's a little too late to get one, but he swears that he gave me one. Maybe I lost it, so I don't know. But I don't remember ever getting a DS9 because I would cherish the ring. Especially because I look at championships. For me, a championship is a ring, right?
Totally.
Basketball guys.
That's what it feels like. Feels like you guys.
It would be like winning the championship. So I would definitely have my ring.
7 years later, you guys deserve a championship ring, I think.
Yeah. He owes me a ring. Yeah, thank you. Kiefer William, Frederick Dempsey, George Doofus Sutherland. Oh man, you guys are hilarious in the chat. That is just too funny.
I don't know what this means. Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati.
I think we missed something.
Maybe they were talking about Nikki's episode, but I'm not sure.
So, yeah, guys, we just interviewed Kenneth. Kenneth was great. We'll be releasing that shortly. We also have another interview on the way coming soon. We hope you like that one. Are you guys liking the interviews, by the way? Tell us that you love them, so we'll keep doing them. But then if you tell us that they're boring, then we'll probably still keep doing them because we love these guys. Can you do an Avery impression? Ooh, that's a good one. Ciroc.
Oh, it's funny because I was watching this last episode we were watching. Oh, no, the one we're going to watch.
That's right. We'll talk about that another time.
We'll talk about that another time. But,
Or we
The
could
only
talk about it
reason
right
I'm
now if
bringing
you
it up
want.
is because no, the funny thing is, I actually watched the episodes out of order. So instead of the House of Quark, I watched Equilibrium, prepping for this episode. But it's totally the wrong episode.
Are you happy that you'll be thinking about that episode now for 2 weeks in a row?
Oh,
Equilibrium.
Actually, I'm glad I got it over with. But one of the things in that episode was I noticed my voice. So I have my Jake voice and then and Cisco's voice, and I realized how far apart we are. I still haven't hit puberty.
Here's a good quote for you a good Avery quote for you to do. This should piggyback off that. Say in the meantime, it was just in a recent episode where he says, like, in the meantime, he says, in the meantime. And then he does this line. You remember that? It was just a few weeks ago we reviewed that one.
Yes, I do vaguely remember it. It's hard for me to do Avery because he puts his pauses in different places.
Like Kirk.
If I could do Avery as well as you did Patrick Stewart, I'd be golden right now.
Okay, how about this? I'll do an Avery one. See if this inspires you. Ready?
There you go. Yeah.
Here comes. Ha! That's my Avery. I've never tried it before. That's my first. What do you guys think? Scale of 1 to 10. My very first Benjamin Sisko impression. Do you have one, Sirach?
No, I don't. I'm so used to saying "Dad" all the time.
Dad.
I felt like if I knew the word "Dad," that was it. So I must have said it 100 times.
You got competition though. Look at people are liking mine so far. Look at that. People,
you're killing it.
I just raised the bar right there.
You are the voiceover. Yeah, you're the voiceover guy, man.
But I did one syllable. All I did was one noise. I can't do any more than that. Solid 8. The numbers are going lower. 8, 6, 2, 1. Kill yourself. Hey. 5. You betrayed your uniform. Fortune favors the bold. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. 2 words. Old man.
2 words.
Old man.
Old man. Yeah. No, I stay away from trying to do impersonations. It might
That's all right. Back. We've done a few here and there while we're talking about it. Oh, geez. Now people are on a kick here. Can you do an O'Brien voice?
Oh, an O'Brien voice?
Yeah.
Look at me hands. Look at me hands.
Okay. I can do a Molly impression. I don't think I can do an O'Brien impression. Yeah, I can do a Molly impression. No, you're not my daddy. I don't know what she said. I feel like she just always says, no, you're not my dad.
I did watch Spencer for Hire, Katie.
Nice. Uh-oh. Boy, Anne Marie's out for blood today. You think you can do a Molly impression.
Oh, you got a 4
on.
No, I didn't get invited to the Passover dinners.
So Christine says brutal. I don't think people like the Molly impression. I think they like your O'Brien impression better than my Molly. I'll keep working on it. I'll master the Molly then. So here's a question for you, Sirach. I don't remember you sharing any scenes with any Klingons because we've been talking Klingons a lot today. Do you remember any time doing scenes with Klingons? Mhm.
I don't remember. I'm sure I did, but I don't remember them.
I don't remember either. These guys are. Last week it was all about food. This week it's all about impressions. In your best Odo, say quark. Can you do that, Sirach?
My best Odo. Oh, Quark. Yeah, I can't remember.
Quark. Yeah. Did you ever date an actress that played one of the? Oh, that's good. Nice harumph. The Bahana says, "Did you ever date an actress that played one of the Dabo girls?"
Yes, I did. I did date one of the actresses that played Dabo.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of fun.
Sounds like that's about as much of the story as you want to tell.
That's all I'm going to give you.
That's the beginning and end of the story right there.
Yeah. I don't kiss and tell that much, so I'd like to keep it to the privacy.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, boy. These guys love the impressions. Carly Shibby says, Martok?
Gabrielle Union was a Klingon? Is that real?
I don't remember. If they're saying it, I bet it's true. I can do Janeway. Katie Carr says out in San Jose, I can do Janeway 7 and Lursa Bator impression. Wow. Cannot do Deep Space Nine for some reason. Best I can do is Odo's Quark.
Hey, thanks for the invite to the Passover Center. Appreciate it.
Detract. You're invited to my Passover Center next week in Philadelphia. Let's see. Oh, that's a good line. A good Odo line. Patrick Brownfield says, I always investigate Quark. Stale Chips says, didn't Worf chase Jake and Nog off the promenade at least once? I don't know. We're only on season 3, guys.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I do believe so. He gave us the same grumpy facials that Odo would give us when he saw us hanging out together.
Get Good Gabriel says, Sirach, did you ever have to do any stunts or have need of a stuntman?
Yeah, I think I did. North of the Battle to the Strong. There was a little bit of stunt action in there. There was also an episode where I was possessed with the vampire lady. They had contacts in my eyes, and there was a little bit of stunt work in that episode as well.
Oh, boy. These guys love the impressions. So great job with Bajoran insignia says, can y'all do Ducat? What do you think, sir?
You can do Ducat. I know you can do Ducat.
I feel like I might be able to, but I've never tried it.
Right up your alley.
What about you?
Yeah. Some people are just hard to get. Ducat is one of those.
What was one line that was really good? He's talking to Kira. All of his best lines are with Kira. He says, I find this whole thing offensive. And she says, and I find you offensive. And we're like, oh, burn. You guys remember that? What episode was that? I find this whole thing offensive. Because she's like questioning him about something. And she says, I find it offensive. That was a good one. Major.
Yeah.
Okay. These guys are asking the tough questions. Who is your Star Trek crush? Either a character or a cast member?
For me or for you?
Probably for you.
My Star Trek crush?
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning was Marina Sirtis was my first Star Trek crush. Yeah, she was the first one. And then there were many other after that. pretty much everybody on our cast, from Terry Farrell to Nana. They were both crushes of mine.
Wow.
So yeah, I've had several.
And that's okay.
I can do a Mort impression, yes.
Wow, that was perfect.
That's it. That's all I got.
And Jenna says, I love when Bob does Gowron eyes. He's like, yeah, I can't. Let's see.
Yeah, Marina and Sirach.
Yeah. Anne Marie's got you pegged. Gates.
I know, she's all over me.
Oh, this Mark says it was Leah Brahms for me. That was Next Generation episode. I believe that was one of the ladies that gave Geordi the reputation for not being very good with ladies, being kind of a creeper with the ladies.
Did you have a crush, Ryan, on 7 of 9?
Not really. Not really.
No.
I mean, she's very pretty, but I didn't watch the show for her. If I had a crush on any Star Trek, I definitely liked Lita. She was quite something to behold. She had a fun personality. She was cool. All the ladies of Star Trek are awesome. So I don't know where the crush starts and the respect begins, but I kind of have a ratio, some kind of ratio for all of them in there, except for Gates. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
What? I didn't say yeah. You snuck that in there, and that was just a platitude type. Yeah.
No, it's just because I was reading J.R. Poole says Gates, so I was like, just making a joke. We love you, Gates. Actually, you guys have a favorite Gates episode? I know everyone's going to say Sub Rosa, but for me, it was Remember Me. I thought that was a really, really, really good episode. And there was another one where she and Geordi were going to get sucked out of the cargo bay, but then Geordi passes out and she saves the day, but I don't remember what that episode was. Not Always says Jake Sisko is mine. Hey! You were
okay.
But not always.
Yeah, we're talking Star Trek crushes.
Oh, I think I asked this a couple weeks ago. I never got it. Christine says, what was Anselm about? Did you have any inkling whatsoever or anything you thought it was about?
Anselm?
Yeah.
I still don't know what Anselm is about.
I don't know either. So lost. I was hoping you would know, so I wouldn't have to know. Do you guys know what, Christine, what's Anselm?
Yeah,
Is it an episode?
I have an episode. I have a Vic Fontaine story. It's not as Vic Fontaine, but we were doing a convention together, and I had all these posters and stuff. And I said to him, can you watch my little table here? I'm gonna go and I'll be back. But I ended up coming back after the convention was over. And all my stuff was gone. And I remember I meant to ask him, what happened to all that stuff? I had posters and this and that. But I didn't even get a chance to talk to him afterwards. That's my big Fontaine. But he's the coolest guy, pretty much.
That was a good story, Strzok. And you told it well. No, what does Worf say? When he says, it is a good story, Worf. He goes, yes, and you tell it well. But, whatever, he's talking to some old drunk Klingon.
You got your Worf and your Captain Picard.
They're better than my Molly?
They're way better than your Molly. They're almost as good as my Morn.
People are saying their crushes. Oh, that 50s lady from the Nog, Rom, and Quark end up on Earth. What was that one?
Anselm was the book you wrote when you were played by. Oh, okay. We haven't gotten to that episode yet. I have to figure that out.
Little Green Men. That's what the episode was with Nog Raman. That's where we got this idea right here. See, this little that thing is kind of was somewhat the inspiration for J.J. Lendl when he was designing some things for us. Was Little Green Men. So anyway, back to that book. Sorry, I didn't mean to change the subject, but do you know anything about it now, or not really?
I still don't know anything about it. This is the first time hearing about it, but I have to do a little bit more research to find out what that book is about.
And everybody knows the episode I was talking about. It apparently was Disaster. Carly says
James Darren sold yourself. No, I don't know if he sold it, but he packed up and left it behind. Which I don't blame him because I came way late.
Anselm was the book you wrote when you were played by Tony Todd. Yeah, okay. So do you remember that episode, right? One of the best.
Yeah, that's the visitor episode.
Yeah. Did they tell?
I don't remember the book though, or what the book was about. They didn't. I don't remember anything about it.
Let's see. Dawn says, for Halloween, can you review Ryan's favorite horror flick? Yeah, The Devil's Rejects. That's not a horror flick. It's just a family. It's like a movie about, family love and loyalty by Rob Zombie. It's beautiful. I mean, I guess it's kind of a horror flick, like just because
we haven't gotten to Little Green Man yet, right?
No. I think it's just next season. Or it's either 4th or 5th season, I think. I feel like we're missing some good stuff here. J.J. Lendl's work is brilliant. I wish his DS9 posters were for sale. Well, Claire Balmer, you'll be happy to know that he has a Patreon account. Check him out, J.J. Lendl on Patreon. He just opened it up a little while ago. We, the Seventh Rule, are proud patrons of J.J. Lendl and his work. Feel free to check us out, the Seventh Rule on.
Is that me there?
Yep, we're still here. You guys still see us, right? Sirach, you got us?
Yeah, my audio went out for some reason. I couldn't hear you.
It happens. Technology. I saw a little thing spinning around too on my end. So, Katie Carr says, I never had a crush on anyone until I watched Star Trek, and then it was Jake Sisko. Okay, I added that last part, but
okay. Thanks, Mom.
Mr. Captain, we only have a couple minutes left, by the way, guys. But Mr. Captain 93 says, do you ever hear from Avery now, or at all, semi-recently?
Yeah, I hear from Avery. I talked with him. He asked me about the show and how we're doing on this podcast.
Really?
He keeps up to date. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think he'd ever want to come on the show? I mean, I know he's pretty disinterested in talking about Star Trek anymore. I feel like that he's kind of happy to leave that behind.
Yeah. I'm trying to twist his arm,
right,
and get him on the show. Yeah.
Patrick Brownfield, thank you very much, says, can you guys get Mark Alimo on the show? Man, I would love it. Let's do it.
I know you would love it, Ryan. That's your guy.
Yeah.
And really, he was just like awesome on this show. I mean, just a killer performance.
He was unbelievable. He was, my inspiration as an actor, not as like a human. Like I didn't want to be like a mass murderer or anything. Orville Nation, thanks very much, guys. We love you guys. They say all your interviews are fabulous, guys, and much appreciated by all. Appreciated by all. FYI, Ryan was one of the best interviews we had on our channel. Thank you. They've had 3 interviews so far. No, I'm just kidding.
Orville Nation, man, it's really shout out to them, man. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're great. Actually, guys, I'm happy to come back anytime. I was thinking about that recently, how at the end of our interview, One of your guys said something about Star Trek Discovery and had some opinions on it, and we wanted to talk more about it, but we're out of time. And I said, well, let's talk about it next time, and I meant it. I'd love to talk with you guys more about it. And I'll wear my Discovery shirt if I remember. But thanks, guys. Shout out to Orville Nation. We love you guys. Claire Balmer says, thank you. Thanks very much, Claire. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Claire.
Kathy D says Chakotay was my crush. I think he was a lot of people's crushes. He's got a smooth as silk voice.
I see some Chakotay crushes out there too.
Yep. Uh-oh. Discovery. Boo. Not always says. Get Good Gabriel says,
not my Star Trek.
he says, this podcast gets me through the day in a major way. You guys are awesome. Thanks very much, man.
Oh, man.
I really appreciate that. So you'll be happy to know that we'll be releasing more stuff. Oh, my kitty's outside. Hi, kitty. She's hungry. It's not even my kitty. It's just a stray cat that I like bribe by feeding her so that she hangs out and lets me look at her. She's pretty calico. But yeah, we'll be releasing our Kenneth Mitchell interview. And then on Sunday, we'll be releasing our new episode, our new review episode. So we are going to keep the content coming at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah. I lost you, Brian. Still there?
Sorry about that. I think I got distracted by the kitty. Can you see me now? Can you see me, Sirach?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hope you guys can still hear me. I feel like I disappeared for a second.
I lost you for a second.
I think that was on my end. I think I screwed something up. But I did want to say big shout out to Ensign Rickey. Thank you so much. He's got a top 5 list of crushes. So he's really stepping it up for us. Top 5. Let's do it backwards. Okay. Number 5, Android Andrea TOS. Number 4, Diana Muldar in TOS, not in Next Generation. Number 3, Femke Jensen in The Perfect Mate, Next Generation episode. Number 2, Jadzia. Number 1, T'Pol. That's
okay.
Yeah, Enterprise. No, she was great. Love T'Pol for sure. Anyway, people are still in love with Sid.
No Esri Dax crushes out there?
No, they like their TOS people, I guess.
Okay.
Katie Carr, thank you so much. She says, what was your favorite thing about the Deep Space Nine documentary? That's a good question to end on. What was your favorite thing?
The favorite thing about the documentary?
Yeah.
Oh man, reliving all those times and reconnecting with people, talking about getting a chance to actually put like a bookend on it.
Yeah.
A little closure, a little talking about it. Yeah.
All right. That sounds awesome. Thanks for the question, Katie. Melanie says Casey Biggs, who plays Damar, was my DS9 crush. So this episode was all about crushes, I guess. Last time it was all about food. This one's all about crushes. And they're still coming. Bashir, Paris, Chakotay, and Trip were mine. Carly says, Dead Purple 7. Glad we could see you before we disappeared on you. She says, I always enjoy the content. Look forward to seeing more, especially the impromptu content on Thursdays. Thanks very much, Dead Purple 7. Awesome cosplay.
Dead Purple 7.
It's a weird name, isn't it? Dead Purple. I think it's a mashup because she likes
Happy birthday, Christine.
Deadpool.
Next Thursday.
Oh.
We'll be seeing you next Thursday to celebrate.
Right? Yeah, come join us next Thursday on the live chat, and we'll Sirach's a great singer.
Cute as a chipmunk.
Stale chips.
Good, Gabriel.
Great. All right. Well, we got to run. We have one more thing to record, friends. But we appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you telling us all about your crushes. I feel like that's something we could talk about pretty much forever. Okay. Last thing, because it's a good question. Not always, thank you very much. Not always says, can you guys get Levar Burton? What do you think, Sirach? Can we get him?
Yeah, I think we can get Levar Burton. And actually, it would be good to get him on one of the episodes he directed.
That'd be great.
So maybe we have to do a little looking forward on the roster to find out if we can time that.
Mm-hmm.
I have Levar's contact. We can reach out to him. Another person whose info I just found was Tony Todd.
Ooh.
So I'd love to get him on when we get close to that visitor episode. That's
awesome. People are very excited about that prospect, so let's definitely try to make that happen. We'd love to have him. I've got the coolest Levar story that we'll close with, just so everybody knows what a nice guy he is. When I was working in Studio City in a restaurant a few years back, Levar Burton, I was a waiter in a restaurant, like every actor in this town. And Levar Burton sits down with, I presume, a friend or an agent. It seemed like a lunch meeting. And I was like, dude, to the other waiter, I was like, dude, that's fucking Levar Burton. And he knew I was a Star Trek nerd, the other waiter there. And he's like, dude, you should tell him that you are a big fan. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave him alone, let him do his own thing, of course. So apparently when I was going back to get their food, at some point, I didn't know this, but the waiter came and whispered to Levar, he's like, he's a really big fan of yours. He's a Star Trek fan, or whatever. Because he saw my isolinear chip keychain, so he knew I was a Star Trek fan. So then at the end of the meal, I left him alone. Everything's fine. At the end of the meal, Levar says, hey, I hear you're a Star Trek fan. And so I look at the waiter, I'm like, And he says, do you have a camera phone? We can take some pictures together. And so he asked the friend that he was with to take pictures of us. And he was like looking at the pictures and making sure they're good and taking extra ones. And that was really cool. He could have just taken that information and said nothing, because I didn't ask for anything. I didn't say anything. But he specifically went out of his way, asked me if I had a camera phone, took some pictures, posed. Super nice guy. So always remember that. Good guy.
Yeah, he is a good guy. He directed a few episodes of DS9.
Mm-hmm. Great director. All right, guys, we got to run. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, did somebody really ask us about Bob Newhart? That's another guy I waited on back in the day.
Yes.
You'd always have his am still alive.
I just had to throw a shout out to him,
Yeah. So. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. Jeff Combs, we'd love to have him. If you guys know anybody personally or have connections to anybody that you'd like on the show, shoot us an email at the 7th Rule Podcast at gmail.com. And let us know who it is and how to contact them, and maybe we'll do it. We'd love to have that person. Thanks very much. Sirach, thanks for answering the questions and for doing your impressions.
Thank you, guys.
Definitely fun. We'll be releasing new content in just a couple days. Thanks very much. Always remember the 7th rule. We'll see you around soon, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.